and welcome to the webinar. I'm Ace Golden. I'm excited to be talking to you guys today, and we got a lot of great information to cover today. 2024 is going to be a great year. So again, discovering the next big products for 2024, doing $500 a day that you can source locally without using your own money. So let's go ahead and get started with this. So today's online training is provided by AMZScout, Ace Goldwyn, and before we get started, just want to give you guys my little disclaimer. My attorneys, want to give this to me. I just love this memo here. Before we go any further, the disclaimer. Now, this is not any legal advice, financial advice, or investment advice. Results will vary. I do not guarantee income or results because results will vary based on individual efforts, right? I can't control how much effort you put into it because the more effort you put into it, usually the better results you're going to see. But your individual efforts is really up to you. But I can teach you what you need to know to be successful, but really it's up to you to implement those things. But the examples for illustration purposes, for you guys that are here, my promise to you guys is that you guys are going to learn how to discover these next big products are doing over $500 a day that you can source locally without using your own money, plus 5 secrets to make you successful. No experience, no technical skills needed. Wow. Someone says, messy. I've never been there. That sounds like a great place. Got Nevada, Las Vegas, North Carolina. So wow, so more places. But the 5 secrets you guys are going to learn is secret number 1, how to find products that are making over $500 a day, and you can do this in less than 30 minutes without any experience or technical skills. Secret number 2, sourcing. So once you find a product, we're going to talk about how to source it. We're going to talk about how to find secret local suppliers with products that can be launched in just 1 day, no longer having to wait a long time for it to arrive. Secret number 3, no competition. The secret to be selling products with absolutely no competition. And then secret number 4, long-term success, strategies to safeguard your success to prevent deactivation. And then secret number 5, free funding, how to get thousands of dollars for your products without having to use your own money. A little bit about me. I'm Ace Goldwyn, and I started selling Amazon over 16 years ago. I'm considered to be one of the most experienced gurus out there with over 16 years experience selling on Amazon. Not too many gurus out there have anywhere close to that. But when I actually started when I had no job. I had no money, and I was able to grow a very successful Amazon business. In fact, I've been able to run a 7-figure e-commerce business. And in fact, in March, I set a new self-record of over $100,000 profit in just 1 day. That was exciting for me to accomplish. So as you can see, here we are in January. March isn't too far, and there's a great opportunity to make some money then. So I have 8 years of experience mentoring online sellers, and I've now mentored one-on-one over 2,000 online sellers. And I've been able to create multiple 6-figure Amazon sellers in under 90 days. These are sellers who are doing over $100,000 a year. In fact, I've even created multiple 7-figure sellers in under 6 months. So I've been able to help a lot of people have great success. I've been seen on all kinds of different publications. My favorite one is Website Magazine, great magazine. Some of you guys may have seen me before speaking at events. I love speaking about Amazon and helping out sellers. But just to be clear, guys, I'm nothing special at all. Anybody can do this. I lost my job. This was back during the financial crash. My water got shut off, and I was about to get evicted. I had no money. And this is kind of embarrassing to tell this story, but I was at a point where I was desperate to try to get some money. In fact, I even applied for a janitor job, and surprising enough it is, they wouldn't even hire me. I mean, I felt so low that I couldn't even get a job scrubbing toilets. And I actually ended up asking them, just curious, how come you guys won't even hire me? And they said, oh, we got hundreds of applications and we just picked a small handful. And that small handful, we just looked at which ones we want to interview and we interviewed them. So they said, it's possible that we didn't even review your resume. And so that was like when that light bulb moment went off in my head when I realized, oh my goodness, my water's about to get shut off. I'm about to get evicted and I can't even get a job scrubbing toilets. So I got to figure out a way. There's got to be a way, right? And if there's a will, there's a way. And so I thought, okay, I got to make money for myself if I'm going to pay my bills. So I decided to just take a few items and I sold it on eBay. And I was actually surprised when I made that first sale in less than 24 hours. It was $70. I'll never forget that moment. But to me at that time, it felt like thousands of dollars, even though it was only $70. But because I didn't have any money in my bank account, that felt like something huge for me. So this is like magical. I'm like, whoa, I was able to take this product that I had lying around my house and sell it on eBay. I thought, okay, what if I could do this with more products? And so I took more products, threw them on eBay. And I thought, okay, if I can do this on eBay, what if I can do this on the smaller book website called Amazon? And decided to start listing items on there. So Amazon was very small at that time. And then all of a sudden, I started selling a lot of stuff on Amazon. I realized, whoa, there's a huge opportunity here that not a lot of people see. And so I decided to hop on that. But what was really cool about making these sales, not only was I happy, but my wife was happy. And I feel like this is what changed our life. Of course, the saying is, happy wife, happy life. So basically, I went from no money to success. And so I'm going to explain to you my strategies during this webinar. That way you guys can duplicate what I did so you guys can have success. But what's most important to me and why I like helping people accomplish this is because it created a new lifestyle for me. And I want you guys to have that same lifestyle. So I just want to real quickly, I just want to share with you how this has changed my life. And I want you to picture this being you. So this is how it can change your life and help you. So there's a few ways. The first one is it allowed me to live with freedom. This means that if you have the same thing, you can choose how many hours you work. You can choose where you work. You can work anywhere around the world as long as you have internet connection. That's why I travel so much, is because I work anywhere in the world as long as I have internet connection. That's why I'm in California right now. Last week, I was at the Balloon Festival with my kids in Arizona watching the balloons go up, and it's so cool. But I was able to do that because I can work anywhere I have an internet connection. But what's great, too, is that this allowed me to do what I want when I want, right? So I could go to the Balloon Festival during the day. I can then go to the movies at night. I could do whatever it is because I had no boss tell me what I couldn't do. But what's great, too, is you have no alarm clock, no commute, and no boss. You get to do what you want when you want. In fact, actually, when I help people quit their jobs, one of the things we used to do was we call it an alarm clock smashing party, where they take their alarm clock and we take a sledgehammer and they just break it. Because then that was the moment of freedom where they no longer had to wait to alarm clock. However, I don't recommend it anymore because a lot of people now use their smartphone as an alarm clock, and last thing we want to do is start smashing and breaking that. We don't want that to happen. So we no longer do those parties. But number two, it has the potential to help you live debt-free. I was able to buy my home and pay it off. That screenshot right there of Wells Fargo, that was a very important moment in my life when many years ago, I was able to pay off my home. It was a very special moment because I don't know if you guys ever heard of a guy called Dave Ramsey. He talks a lot about money. And one of the things that he teaches about money is he says that 100% of the homes foreclosed upon have mortgages. So if you don't have a mortgage, you don't have to worry about being foreclosed upon. And I felt like it creates great financial security for my family. But then I was able to buy a new truck and trailer, over $100,000 with no loan, be able to pay that with cash, which buying that truck and trailer has allowed me to do number three, live more time to do what I love. Imagine if you can spend more time with family, more time with your friends, more time doing the things you love. For me, in the last few years, we have traveled to 45 states. These are pictures and special memories I was able to create with my family. And Amazon has allowed me to do that. As long as I have that internet connection, I could travel all over. And many of these pictures were taken during the day when most people are working. When most people are working, I'm out playing, having fun. In fact, in the upper left-hand corner, that's my side-by-side up there on that sand hill. I love driving that around with the family and taking around. It's a lot of fun. But the fourth thing is it allows me to live luxurious. This is the largest houseboat on Lake Powell. I love going to Lake Powell and spending some time with my family on there. In fact, one of my most profitable days happened while I was on this houseboat. This houseboat is actually longer than a semi-truck, and it is the largest houseboat on Lake Powell, and it's amazing. But fifth and most importantly to me is being able to give more, being able to help more people. How would it feel? And tell me in the chat, guys, how would it feel if you guys could give more money? This is a special moment for me because I love helping people out. And this is a screenshot of a donation I made. It was nice to be able to donate $30,000 for charity. This is what I used to make in a year. And now I was able to donate that amount of money to change lives. So I encourage you guys, and I hope you guys are willing to do this. If I help you guys have success, can you guys please help out others? Help out others, whether it be someone in your community or people in distance, but help out others. I want to share this and pay it forward so other people can help out more. I see some of the comments. That would be Awesome. So the purpose of today's training, and the reason I bring this up, guys, is I want to help you accomplish your goals. So think about your goals, what things you want to accomplish, and I'm here to help you guys accomplish it, because it is the beginning of 2024, a beginning of a new year, a beginning of an opportunity for you guys to have great success. So this training is going to help you guys start 2024 off on the right foot, help you guys, accomplish great things. So I love this quote here, guys. Success is like a journey. Many dream of destinations, but never arrive simply because they don't take that first footstep. The one that reaches the most destinations found the traveler with the shortcuts. So guys, you got to be willing to take that first footstep. That means you got to be willing to take action. Are you guys willing to take action? If I can show you guys the shortcut, I'm that traveler that's found the shortcut, and I want to show you guys the shortcut to success. But are you willing to take that first footstep? Tell me in the notes here. And I see some of you guys saying, I will. Yes, that would be an honor. Great, guys. I'm glad to know that you guys are great people and want to help out others. You are the type of people I want to help. So since you guys are saying yes, you guys are willing to take that first footstep, the first action I need you guys to take is to focus. Remove all distractions, right? It's so fun to be on your device, texting, doing social media games. But what I ask you guys to do is just put that device away. Just put it down just for now, because this is important. As you see, this can truly change your life, as I described just a moment ago. So put down your phone. But if you need your phone to take notes, that's okay. But just put down and remove any distractions. If you have a TV in the background, turn it off. I need your guys' focus. So that's the first action you need to take if you're willing to begin your first footstep to have success. So why is it so important to know how to quickly find products now? Well, for the US, as well as some of you guys in other countries are experiencing the same thing now, is the beginning of the year is the tax return season. So this is when there's a lot of people that get tax returns, and what happens, they take that money and they go out and spend it. So the average tax return in the US is $2,753. Now, this is going to vary from country to country, but that's what it is for the US. So what happens with people in the US and many other countries, they make their biggest purchases between February and April. February is next month, and that's when a lot of people are going to start seeing some of their tax returns. So as I mentioned before, my most profitable day was in March, because there's a lot of people that have their tax returns by then. So when it comes to the Amazon tax season, there are two different types of people on Amazon tax season. Those that spend their money on Amazon with their tax returns, and there's going to be those that make money on Amazon. So the question I have for you guys is, which one do you guys want to be this year? Tell me in the comments. I'm going to take a quick drink, guys. I apologize. I'm going to be taking lots of drinks in here. When I do a lot of talking, my throat gets a little bit dry and want to talk. So let's go ahead and dive on in. Secret number one, finding. So I see on here, some of you guys most definitely, AJ says he wants to make money. So I see that there's quite a few guys that want to make money. Awesome. So let's dive on in. Who is ready to talk about secret number one? Say yes in the chat if you're ready, so we can go ahead and move forward. Just want to make sure you guys are ready. I see some more of you guys make money. Someone says make cash. Great, guys. So I'm seeing some yeses. Awesome. So let's dive on in. This is going to be fun and exciting, guys, talking about finding some products. Okay, so how to find products making over $500 a day in less than 30 minutes. This is so easy, guys. You're going to be surprised how easy this really is. And the best part is you don't even have any experience or technical skills to know how to do this. So to find the best products, you need to have the best tools. So the best tool out there, in my opinion, is AMZScout. And I'm going to show you guys how. And here's what's cool. I'm going to show you guys a new feature. We're going to announce a new feature today. Who's excited? Who's ready to hear about a new feature? Tell me in the comments yes if you are. So it says, let's get into it. Let's go. Yes. Another one. Yes, with a lot of S's. Awesome, guys. So I want to do with you guys a live demo here real quick and show you exactly how you can go about doing this. You can see my screen. Just want to make sure everyone can hear it. Oh, I love the emojis. Great, guys. That's awesome. Kevin says he has AMZ. Awesome. Great job, Kevin. You're going to love this tool. Sounds like you already have it, and I'm going to show you some cool things to do with that. But plus, I'm going to show you a new feature that they have in AMZScout that we're going to announce today. It's pretty awesome, pretty exciting. So with AMZScout, I'm seeing some yeses. Sounds like you guys can see my screen perfect. So let's dive on in. So what's really cool about AMZScout is that they have this tab right here that you can come to with product database. And with product database, and if I'm looking over, guys, that's because I'm looking at my other screen to show you guys how to do this. What you can do is you can come in here. We can do some filters. We can tell this what exactly it is that we want to look for with the products. So I can come in here and click on categories and say, you know what, I want, to focus only on baby products, or I want to focus on these things. I'm going to have all of the categories checked right now. But if we ever want to focus on a specific category or certain categories, we could do a search like that. If you're ever looking for anything specific, let's say you really love dog products, maybe have some dogs at home and you really love dogs, you can type in dogs. Or if you have some kids, you want to sell kid product, you can type in kids. So right here, you can tell what keywords you want. I like to come here where it says more filters, where I can put in some more filters, such as, for an example, I can put in because we want to find something that's doing $500 a day, guys. So let's just do the math on that. So $500 a day times 30 days, that's $15,000. So we need to find a product that does $15,000 a month. So we can put that in as a minimum. We don't want something that's, that's extremely heavy. So we can even put we can limit on here. Let's say we don't want anything more than 4 pounds. Generally, I recommend keeping it under a pound for those that are just starting out. I don't mind going up to 4 pounds, but we can limit there. What we can do as well is put in here that, maybe we don't want something above a certain price or what it might be. I want to keep the competition very low. So what we can do is we can limit the reviews to, let's say, 800 reviews and so forth. So we can put in some filters in here, and then we hit find products. And then what this is going to do, it's going to do a search for us, and it's going to find products that meet that criteria on here. And as you can see, here's some products that meet the criteria. And of course, you don't have to do these filters. You can come in here and go to more filters. And if you don't want some of those things, we can come in and take some of this out if you want to. So you can change these filters as often as you like. But then you come on here and check out some of the different products on here. So, let's just shorten this down a little bit. Let's take out, I don't want appliances, baby products, clothing. We're going to take out food because those expire. We're just going to kind of narrow some of this down here. And actually, if I really want to, we can just hit clear all. And let's say we want to do something around because right this time of year, there's a lot of fitness products, sports products. Good. We can come to that and apply and just focus just on that category if we wanted to. And see some of the different products on here. So this right here, this looks interesting to me. We've got some sales numbers here. And so, because this is popping up as well. So if you look at this product here, I'm going to click on it. And yeah, that looks interesting. So I'm just kind of looking around here at what's interesting. You can see on here, right here, it shows estimated revenue on these products. So you kind of see what the revenue is on these products. You can see what the net profit is, how long it's been on Amazon, how many sales it's doing, and so forth, and seeing if it meets the criteria. So I'm just going to click on this one. And, I'm going to copy this keyword. This looks like kind of the main keyword here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to come here to Amazon and just do a quick search for it. And once when we search for it, we have all these products here on Amazon. And what's really cool is the AMZScout has an extension that you can click on this extension. And what it'll do is it'll take the list of those products and it's going to put in a format that's appealing to us sellers, where we can look at just the data, because that's what matters to us is the data here. And what's really great about AMZScout is it does all the hard work for us. So it's estimating, what the sales are, what the net profit margin is. It's doing all this research for us right in front of our eyes. And so you can even see these charts on here. Is it trending up? Is it trending down? We can see on here what the score is for doing wholesale, what the score is for private label. We can see what the price is it's selling for here. And overall, if you look on here, this product, see right here at the top, this overview, It's doing $53,000 a month. Wow, that is huge, guys. How would it change your life, guys, if you had a product that was doing $53,000 a month? Tell me in the chat, how would a product doing $53,000 a month would change your life? Can you imagine what would that be like if you had a product like this? What's really cool about this, guys, is I can see the reviews. I get an idea of how competition it is, and just so much data here. But what's most important to me right here is this niche score. If I click on this, it tells me that my chances to succeed with this are very likely. It's giving me a score of 8. Now, what I like to see is a score of 7 or higher. 8 or 9 is like amazing, but 7 is the lowest I'll ever go. I like to see 7 or higher. 8 is generally what I like to see, 8 or 9. And it's telling us on here our profit is high. It's telling us our margin is high. It's letting us know that it's got, for demand, it's got great demand, very high sales. If you look on the competition, it does say competition is medium and explains why. So see the ones that are yellow, those ones that says, hey, you know, kind of like a light, you got green light's good, yellow's like, hey, use caution, and red is bad. I'm not, you know, on here, I'm not seeing anything too concerning, but it is letting me know, hey, the green thumbs up is what's good. Yellow thumbs up, hey, that's okay. But we can see on here that overall, it's not that bad of a product. So one thing I like to check too is I want to make sure all the sales aren't going just to the top 2 or 3 sellers. So I like to know that if I'm even down lower, that I can still make sales. So the top one's doing 269,000, 200,000, 30,000, 31,000, 27,000, 66,000, 92,000, 52,000. So as we're scrolling down, there's a lot of people that are still making sales. So that tells me if I'm in spot number 7, I can still make tens of thousands of dollars in sales. And that's what I like to see there. And then I also like to look at the reviews to see how competitive for the reviews. Like this person right here, less than 100 reviews. That means their product hasn't been on there for long, and they are still doing $27,000 a month. Now, if I want to dive a little bit deeper into this, I can come here to the product history, and I can look to see what the sales rank is. I can get an idea, is this a seasonal product? Like, is it up for a certain time of period and then down for the rest of the time of year? To get an idea if it's seasonal or something that can do well long term. I could even come here to the profit calculator and see, okay, how much profit I'm going to make selling this. So the product price on this is $21. And what I can do is I can check out to see what this would cost from suppliers. So I can come here to suppliers. And what's cool too is I could choose like different countries. So if I only wanted to find suppliers in the US, because that's where I'm at, or for some of you that are in like Canada, you can choose Canada. For those of you that might be in like, let's say Turkey, you can choose Turkey. You can choose what country you're in, and you can choose that and then see the suppliers that are in your specific country, which is cool. You don't have to import stuff from overseas. You can get stuff locally. I'm going to show you some other local ways, but just want to show you that this is really cool right here within the tool. So as I'm looking around in here, it looks like the price on this one is $4.99 to $5.99, $1.85 to $2.75, $2 and to $3 to $3.65. So as I'm looking at this, it looks like for this product, I could get this for right around like $2 to $3. But let's just factor in, I'm just going to say, let's just say $4 to figure in like shipping. So when I come to this calculator, I can say, all right, the product cost is going to be $4. Now let's say we're going to make some improvements to it, make some good packaging. And so let's just say with this product, let's say we're going to actually spend $5 per unit. Well, what this tool is going to do, it's going to show us on here that for this product, that with our profit is going to be $27 for each unit we sell, or sorry, 27%. 27% for each unit we sell, which is pretty good. That gives us a 38% return on our money. And our unit per profit is going to be $6.09. That means you're essentially like doubling your money, right? You put $5 in and you're getting an additional $6 back. So you get your $5 plus the $6. So that is really good. You're more than doubling your money. That is a pretty good investment. Can you imagine if you invested in other things in life and you double your money? Not too many things like that. You can invest in real estate, stocks, bonds, and so forth like that. The average return on investment with traditional investments is less than 10%. So you can make more money with Amazon than you can with traditional investments. So pretty cool how all this works. But let's say I want to check out some other ideas. What I can do is I can hit this button right here that says add to tracker. And when I add it to my tracker, what it's going to do is it's going to add it into my tracker back here. So I can come here and click product tracker, and I can check out the different products on here I'm tracking. Look at this one, guys. This one right here is doing $799 a day. This one is doing $1,399 a day. This other one I'm tracking right here, $1,700 a day. This one right here, $1,800 a day. How would that change your life, guys, if you could have a product that is doing like that? Wouldn't that be awesome? And these are some products I'm tracking here. I know some of you might be taking notes. Ooh, I like this product that Aces is checking out. You're more than welcome to check out some of these products right here that I'm tracking right now. But just want to show you how cool this tool is. So now that you found this cool product, what I like to do is copy the ASIN. So I'm going to copy this ASIN number here. So I've clicked on it, and I'm just going to paste up here and make sure it does. Yep, it did copy it. All right. So then what's really cool is that I can actually come here and do keyword research. So there's some keyword research that I come in here, and I can put the ASIN number in here, and then it's going to find me the best keywords for that type of product. And it shows me the sales data and all this thing. But what's really cool, guys, I'm excited to show you about this new feature with AMZScout. Is called Listing Builder. So with Listing Builder, what you can do is you can come here and create a listing. This is amazing. I'm going to show you guys. You're going to love this. Because now that you guys found a great product, now you need to create a listing. Well, here's how it works. You come here and you say, all right, I need to first add some keywords. So I can click Get from ASIN. So I can paste the ASIN number in here, hit Get. And what it's going to do, it's going to find what are the best keywords for me to target when it comes to creating that listing. And I can look on here and say, you know what, this one's getting 8,500 or 85,000 searches a month. I'm gonna go ahead and check that. Okay, this keyword, that one's getting a lot of searches. I'm gonna check that one. I really like this one, check it. So all these keywords that relate to what I want to offer, I just go in and check all of those. I don't know if bar for yoga, if that would relate. So I'm not gonna check that one. Actually, we're gonna do this one up here. That looks like a good one as well. I don't know. I'm guessing that's Spanish, so I'm not going to check that one. Gym fitness. So we can check some of these boxes. And what I can do is I can hit the add button, and just like that, it's going to add all these keywords to the listing that we're creating. Well, for a listing, you're going to need to create a title. So a lot of people aren't sure, like, well, what do I put in a title? So if you look right here, if I click right here under title, it's going to tell me what I need in the title. No symbols, no all caps. It's going to recommend that I put no more than 150 characters. And as I put stuff in, you're going to see these light up green. If all these light up green, it means I have a great title. So what I can do is, well, I want to put the main keyword in here. So let's come back here to that listing. And we're going to put in, this looks like a good keyword. So I'm going to put that in here, in the title here. So let's paste that in there. Kit, then we put in some other keywords. But as you can see right here, see how it gave us some green checkbox now? And then we got to write some, and it shows right here on the right side, I've got 16 characters in there. The max I can do is 150. So I can continue to put in some more keywords, and as you see, it updates it there. So make sure I'm creating a great title. Well, now I need to write some bullet points. So for bullet point 1, I can come in here and talk about the item. The bar kit is an awesome tool to get in shape fast. I'm just typing some random stuff in here. But I can come here to bullet points. I can click on bullet points, and now it's showing me, okay, I need to make sure that each bullet starts with a capital letter. Same thing actually with the title, right? It says capitalization of first letter of each word. I forgot to do that. So if I come in here and capitalize the K, it's going to light up green, so I know, hey, you did that. So it's coming here letting me know what I need to do. Now, obviously, it's not lighting up green because I haven't filled in all these other bullet points. But then it comes to description. So I can come here, description. Now, it tells me I can put up to 2,000 characters, and then also asks about back-end keywords. Now, as you guys saw, I've already added some keywords by clicking on Get from ASIN, where it found that, right? It shows me how to do that. So just wanted to show you guys that. So and I'm just kind of just briefly covering that. There's so much more this tool can do, but I want to show you guys some of the main features of it. So it's pretty cool. And if you guys aren't sure how to do it, what's really nice too is you got this tutorial button right here that you can click on. And as you hit the next button, it's going to walk you through step by step by step of how to do this. But once when I'm done, all I have to do, guys, is save the listing, and it's going to export it into a spreadsheet that I can then upload to Amazon. It is that easy. That way you can have the perfect listing because it's going to show you, did you meet all the requirements in the description? Did you meet the requirements of this? It's going to import those keywords. All I had to do was just put in that ASIN and check what keywords I want, and it's going to help build that for me. So pretty cool how all this works. So again, if you want to find the best products, you got to find the best tools. And as you guys saw, I was able to find this product that is doing over $53,000 a month, over $53,000 a month in just a few minutes. I just went to the supplier database, put in my criteria, and it found the products for me. So it's that simple, that easy. So pretty cool tools that you guys have here. But what's great is that, you can come here, you can even, as far as finding keywords, you can spy on your competitors, see what keywords that they're using. You can track keywords. There's just so much that you guys can do with this tool. It is truly amazing, and it is a life-changing tool to help you build a successful business. So I'm going to come back here to the slides. All right, let me know if you guys can see these slides again. Tell me in the chat box. So that was how you find some products. Now I'm going to show you guys how you source them, how to find these products locally. Tell me if you guys are excited to hear secret number 2, how to find the secret local suppliers with products that can be launched in just one day. Tell me in the chat if you guys are excited to learn this. I'm going to grab another drink while I look for you guys' chat. Looking in here, some of the comments in here, you guys love it. That's great that you guys are liking it. Someone says insane. Yeah, it's pretty insane. It is awesome how it works. But I'm seeing yes, yep, yes, how to, yes, and thank you. You know what? You are welcome. So let's go ahead and dive on in, guys. How products can be launched in just one day from local suppliers. I'm going to show you guys some awesome ways that you guys can find it. So here's the big problem, guys. There's this big misconception. People think they have to buy overseas. And I'm telling you right now, that is the wrong way of doing it. Because when you buy overseas, it takes months to arrive. I'm sure you guys have seen all those news articles over the years about the shipping ports being backed up and how it takes months for stuff to arrive. And it is awful how long it takes. But I've got the perfect solution from you guys. Buy local so you can buy today. When it comes to overseas suppliers, there's a few issues, guys. There's opportunity costs. What I mean by opportunity costs is that when you put money into a product and it takes months to get there, your money is tied up for months. How much money could you have made in that same period of time if you bought something local and sold it and made your money back and then bought some more inventory, sold it, and continue to grow your money? So your money's tied up, so you actually lose money in opportunity costs. Then it gets expensive, right? People think, oh, if I buy from overseas, it's going to be cheap. That's not the case. Because what people aren't factoring in is you got shipping, you got the tariffs, you got your import taxes, you got the different fees. It gets expensive when you're shipping from overseas, and it gets complex because you got freight forwarding. Because a lot of these suppliers will ship it to the dock. Now you're responsible, and a lot of these suppliers won't tell you this if you're doing it for the first time, is that you have to do what's called freight forwarding, where you are responsible from getting it from the dock to Amazon at that point. Plus, you still have the forms you got to fill out. You got to make sure you're not violating import laws. It can get pretty complex. Then you got communication. Tell me in the chat if you guys have ever dealt with this, where you're trying to communicate with someone overseas. Like, let's say you're working with someone in China and you're asking them questions. You ask a question and then you go to bed. And when you're in bed, that's when they're communicating with you. And then you wake up and you see the response and you realize, whoa, they completely misunderstood what I said. So there's definitely a language barrier, an issue you're running into there. And then you have to re-clarify, but then you can't get that answer until the next day because they're on completely different hours. So how many of you guys have run into that situation? But also two major delays, right? Where your items are just stuck on ships and you miss a season. I've seen people where they buy seasonal stuff, In fact, actually, I talked to a guy that he sells Halloween costumes. He makes his entire living on Amazon selling Halloween costumes. Sadly enough, it was this year, he had his inventory that was coming from overseas stuck on a ship, and he didn't get his inventory checked in until 2 weeks before Halloween. That means he only had 2 weeks to sell his inventory. He lost so much money because of it. Don't buy overseas, guys. Buy local. Holidays, right? Where when it comes to the holidays, I'll use China again for an example. Like in the US, Canada, and so many countries, when someone has a holiday, what happens is it's for like a day or maybe 2 days. But in China, they shut down for weeks and weeks depending on the holiday. Like for an example, coming up in just a matter of days is you have the Chinese New Year. For the Chinese New Year, China will shut down for 3 to 4 weeks. So imagine you go to place an order with your supplier and it is stuck there for a month before they finally ship it out. And even when they do ship it out, they're so far behind, it takes forever to even get onto a boat. So let me give you guys some examples of ordering products from China. And I see some of you guys have run into some of those situations. Fabi says, happens every time. You know what I mean, Fabi. Appreciate your comment. So let me give you guys examples of real products that have come from China. So, guys, someone said, hey, can I order some iPhone cases? This is what they got. Does that look like an iPhone case to you guys? No. So they asked for iPhone cases, and this is what they got, an iPhone. Can you imagine trying to sell that on Amazon? Probably wouldn't last long on there. Or what about this? Someone said, hey, I did a Google search, and I read toilet paper is popular. Can I order toilet paper? This is what they sent, rolls of Google. Can you imagine trying to sell that? Oh, man, that would be a tough time selling that. I mean, maybe if it was during the pandemic, people would probably be happy to buy rolls of Google. But during now, I don't think that would sell too well. And I don't think Google would be happy if you're selling something that people use to, So rolls of Google, guys. So then someone said, hey, I want to create toothpaste that is better than Crest toothpaste. Here's what they sent, Crust toothpaste. Can you imagine that? Like, hey, I want to brush my teeth to get more crust on my teeth, right? Probably not going to sell that well. So that is what they sent. Someone said, I want an effective mop to better clean up my children's messes. This is what they said, guys. Stupid child, efficiency mop. Can you imagine like buying this for like your spouse? Like if I were to give this to, I can just imagine like some guy giving this to her wife, and they're like, "What did you just give me?" And the guy not realizing that he just handed his wife not just a mop, but a stupid child efficiency mop. So don't get in trouble, guys. Be careful what you buy on Amazon. You don't want to get the doghouse, but this is what they asked for, and this is what they sent. So, moral of the story, guys, don't buy from China. Buy local. Shop local, guys. And here's some of the big benefits of shopping local, right? It's cheaper because you don't have the shipping. You don't have the tariffs. You don't have those taxes. It's better cash flow because your money's not tied up for months on that ship. It's also an instant business. This is where you can get products the same day. You can go to that local supplier, if it's someone local, pick up the products, and send it out that same day. Now you have an instant business that you can start selling right away. Easy communication, right? Same hours. So I can talk to them on the same schedule. Plus, they speak my native language. So since I speak English, they speak English. It's great for communication. For those of you that are in other countries, it's probably nice to be able to communicate with other people in your country because you all speak the same language and you're all on the same hours. Also, too, it's safer, right? You don't have to worry about these long holiday closures, trade wars, the different turmoil going on in the world, some of the crazy weather that people have experienced. You don't have to worry about some of those things impacting your products. Also, too, no fraud, right? When you're dealing with someone local, they're not just going to take your money and run, because you can just go knock on their door and be like, hey, remember that money I gave you for that product? Yeah, I need that product. So there's less fraud, but also too, and this is important to me, guys. If you guys have noticed, I really love to help people. I love to donate. I love to help people. For me, it's all about helping people. That is what's very important for us to do in this life. But this is why I like to buy local, and this is very important to my heart, and that is supporting local, right? Because if I were to buy something from a local company, that money stays local, right? If I give my money to China, it's going to go to China and it's not coming back to the US. It's going to stay over there. And if I were to buy local, I buy from that local supplier. That local supplier then pays their employee. Their employee then pays for their daughter to be in dance lessons. And then the money goes from their daughter's dance lessons to that business to pay those employees. And then that employee then pays to go to a local restaurant. And that local restaurant, as they tip that waitress and pay there, that money then goes to that waitress. And that waitress then goes to pay her landlord. And her landlord then takes that money and pays for their kids to be in sports and so forth. So as you guys can see, basically that money stays local. And what it's going to do is going to help grow and build your local economy. And that's what's important to me, is because now you're going to make a positive difference locally. You're not sending your money off overseas to go, who knows what's going to happen with that money, but you can put it towards local where a lot of good is going to come from that money. So that's what's important to me, helping other people. And you can help other people also too by working with local suppliers. But also too, guys, you're going to get it fast. It's not going to be stuck on those ships. So you guys are probably wondering, all right, well then how do I find these local and domestic suppliers? Well, there's a few different ways. In the US, Canada, and a few countries, not all countries have this. So some of you that are in other countries, you might have this option, some of you may not. But that is going to a local chamber of commerce. Local chamber of commerces are these organizations that they're designed in such a way to connect local businesses with other local businesses to help the local economy grow. And so by connecting the two of you together, you're having success and that local business is having success, but then you're also helping the local economy. So local chamber of commerce is designed to grow the local economy. Then you've got your city. You can go to your city and ask them for a list of businesses. Now, when people register their business in a city, they have to declare what type of business they are. Are they a restaurant? Are they a distributor? Are they a retailer, or whatever it might be? So what you do is go to your city and say, can I get a list of businesses that are listed as wholesalers, distributors, manufacturers? Ask them for those three things: distributors, suppliers, manufacturers. Ask for those type of things and get that list from your business. Then you can go and talk to those businesses face to face. Then also too, going to industrial zones. I love this because what you do is go to an industrial zone where you see all these buildings where there's a lot of businesses in it, like warehouses, and drive around and say, oh, I'm going to go talk to that business. And I go in there and say, hey, I'm an online retailer. I'm looking to expand my product line. I'm looking for some products to sell. Do you guys have products that I could buy from you guys to resell online? And if they say yes, great. If they say no, then I'll ask them, like, well, do you know of anyone here in this development that I could go talk to within this industrial zone and say, oh, go talk to that company over there. I know they sell a lot of products that you can buy and sell online. So then I'll go over there and talk to them. I'll say, hey, I just talked to your neighbor over there. They recommend I come talk to you guys. And so I go from there. So in driving around industrial zones, I love doing it. Now, if you're somewhere that's unsafe, like let's say you're in Chicago, probably not going to be a good idea to drive around in the industrial zones in Chicago. You might be dodging a few bullets here and there. So don't do that. So if you live somewhere that's safe, go out to these industrial zones and go talk to these businesses face to face. If you live somewhere that isn't safe, I don't want you to get hurt. Please don't go to these industrial zones. Stay safe, guys. But what you can do is also to go to networking events. You can ask your city, ask the Chamber of Commerce if they know of any networking events. But with these networking events, what I really like about it is that you have business owners that like to connect with other business owners, and they love helping each other out. There's just kind of this great community of business owners. They love helping each other out. And so when you go to a networking event and you talk to a business, and let's say you go up, talk to a person, you say, hey, I'm an online retailer. I'm looking for products to sell. Do you have products to sell? And they say, oh no, I'm an accountant. And you say, oh great, you're an accountant. You probably know of other businesses that have products that I could buy from. Anyone that you can refer me to. And then if they give you some names, call those companies and say, hey, I talked to accountant Joe over here, and Joe highly recommended that I talk to you. Because what you just did is you got your foot in the door with that company by using that person's name. Now you create credibility with that supplier that you're talking to. So whether it be an investor, an accountant, or whoever it might be, business owners that go to networking events are very well connected. They're going to be able to get you in contact with the right people. But who knows, some other business you may talk to there might have products that you can buy to resell. Also, to trade shows. I love going to trade shows. I think it's a lot of fun. 2 weeks ago, I was in Las Vegas for CES. It is the largest trade show in all of North America, and they've got some cool stuff there. So trade shows are fun because these are companies that are trying to get their products out there in front of people. That's why they pay thousands of dollars to be in these trade shows, is to be like, hey, here are some great products that we are offering this year. And so these companies want to work with you. That's why they're attending these trade shows, to get their products out there. And then Google Maps, go to Google Maps and type in wholesale, supplier, distributor in Google Maps, and then type in your city name and see what's in your local area. You will be surprised how many businesses in your local area that you can buy products from. I live in a small city, and even though I live in a small city, surprising enough it is, when I did this, I was able to find all kinds of businesses that I had no idea that existed locally. And then also going to Google, using Google. So this is not Google Maps at this point. Now we're talking about just regular Google, and typing in, let's say you live in Seattle wholesalers, Seattle distributors, so Seattle suppliers, Seattle products. Type in those type of things and see what you guys can find. Now we have local directories. There are different directories out there that you can use to find suppliers. There are some that are for specific areas. So like, for an example, maybe do a Google search for like, let's say you're in Utah suppliers, Utah products, and see if there's any directories that come up. In fact, there are some great ones out there like thomasnet.com, wholesalecentral.com are some great supplier directories that you can use. Now, here's something you guys can use. It's called ChatGPT. Tell me, chat, have you guys heard of ChatGPT? Tell me your thoughts on ChatGPT. I'd love to hear it in the chat, what you guys think about ChatGPT. But what ChatGPT is, it's artificial intelligence. You can go there and ask questions. So as you can see right here, these are some screenshots I took. I asked for it. Contact information for the Chamber of Commerce in Seattle. And as you can see, just like that, it gave me their phone number, their website address, and even their physical address, so I could actually go to the Seattle Chamber of Commerce. So I asked ChatGPT, networking events in Seattle. As you can see, boom, 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 boom. It gave me a list of all these different networking events going on in Seattle with their links. So ChatGPT can find those things for you. I can type in, if I'm looking for a trade show, trade shows in USA. As you can see, it created another list for me, guys, where I can just click on the different websites and go and check out some of those different trade shows. I can ask it, are there any toy manufacturers in the US? As you guys can see right here, boom, boom, boom. Just like that, list of a bunch of US-based suppliers for toy manufacturers. So as you can see, it's pretty cool how you guys can do this. Another one, what are some toy distributors in the US? And then just like that, it gives me another list once again. And some of these are great ones, like EE Distribution on there, really good supplier. Entertainment Earth, another good supplier. So there are some actually good ones on there that I'm very familiar with that are good. So I see it on here in the notes. Someone says it's awesome. It looks like a lot of you guys have heard of it. Great. So just remember, guys, we can ask ChatGPT about finding these local suppliers. Just don't ask your cat about suppliers. I love this meme here. I'm not going to ask you again. Who's your catnip supplier? It's just a little bit of humor for you guys, but pretty funny picture. So who's ready for secret number 3? No competition. The secret to be buying products with absolutely no competition. I'm going to get a drink real quick, but tell me in the chat here if you guys are ready for this. Someone asked, what is this? So it's called a ChatGPT. If you do a Google search for ChatGPT, you'll get a link for it. You can create a free account, and you ask questions, and it will find those things for you. So great question. All right, I'm seeing yes. Lots of yeses. Awesome, guys. So let's go ahead and dive into secret number 3. No competition. The secret to be selling products with absolutely no competition. Here's some cool things, guys. I've got some examples right here that I'm going to show you guys as well. Some cool things that you guys can do. So some real examples. It's going to be fun. So I'm seeing lots of yeses. I see it. Let's go. Alice, definitely. SChat, you ready? We got another person says me. All right. Someone says definitely. Great, guys. Let's go ahead and dive on in. So secret number 3, how to sell products with no competition, making the buy box yours 100% of the time, and so that customers are needing to buy from you and you only. So with this secret, I'm actually going to break it up into 3 different strategies. So there's 3 strategies that you can do. So the first thing you got to understand is why you need control of the buy box. So here's what happens, guys, with Amazon. The lowest price gets the buy box for those that are FBA. And what happens with this person tries to beat this person in price, and this person tries to beat this person in price. And what happens is the more sellers there are, the less control you have of the buy box, because everyone's dropping the price. How many of you guys have run into that before? The race to the bottom, where you're selling a great product and all of a sudden all these other sellers start selling, and then the price drops, right? I see on there, yes. So it sounds like some of you guys have run into this before. So here's how you guys can do it. You need to get control of the buy box, and that is by having 100% exclusiveness to the product. So there's 3 different strategies that you can use to become 100% exclusiveness. So the first strategy, guys, is to get exclusive rights to the product. So there's 5 steps to get exclusive rights to a product. So step number 1 is you got to find a local company. We've already talked about all these different ways: Chamber of Commerce, city lists, industrial zones, networking events, Google. You can even post on classifieds, post on business Facebook groups. Go to Facebook and post on there saying, hey, I'm looking for a company that has products. I'm interested in talking about selling their products. So you got to find that local company. And then step number 2, you got to ask them, say, hey, are you selling your products on Amazon? And let's say, for an example, they say, no, we're not selling our products on Amazon. So here's why it's important that you guys have the AMZScout tool, because this is going to help you guys get exclusivity with the product. You ready for the secret? So you ask them if they're selling the product on Amazon. So then what you do is you explain, well, I did a little bit of research, and I see here that your product is not being sold on Amazon. And I found actually that some of your competitors that are selling this exact same product are doing thousands of dollars per month. In fact, have you ever heard of ABC Company? And they're like, oh yeah, I've heard of that company. Companies hate their competition. So when you're like, hey, ABC Company, they're actually doing $15,000 a month selling this product. And how much money you're making again on Amazon? And they're going to be like, nothing. So are you fine with ABC Company making $15,000 a month and you're making nothing? Oh, that's going to get their blood boiling. They're like, oh, you're going to see them get furious and mad, which is good. We want that. We want to get that emotion out of them. Because when you explain to them that they're competitors on Amazon and they're not, now they're going to see the opportunity because, hey, look, they're missing out on $15,000 in sales of just this product. Well, then what happens if we get their other product on there? Now they're making $30,000 a month, So there's a lot of money they can be making on it. So then so step number 4 is what you do is you say, hey, look, I'm going to do you a favor. What I want to do is I want to partner with you. I'll actually take your products and I'll sell it on Amazon for you. Now, normally for me to take these products and sell on Amazon, for how much time it's going to take me to create this listing and then to create this listing and to create all these listings for all these different products you have, it's going to cost you thousands of dollars. But I'll tell you what, I want to do a special deal for you because you're local and I'm local. I want to work out a special local deal for you. So what I'm going to do is that I'm going to list this products for you and I'll do it for free underneath 2 conditions. Condition number 1 is I want exclusive rights. If I'm going to do all this work creating the listing, I don't want the next day some neighbor down the street starting to sell the same product and piggybacking off of my hard work. So for me to recoup my money and the time that I'm putting into this, I need to have exclusive rights. Well, are you willing to give me exclusive rights? And if they're hesitant, then you can always put a limit on it. Say, you know what, I'll do exclusive rights for 5 years or whatever it might be. You can always put a limit on that and see if that makes them feel more comfortable. But then remind them, hey, if you don't do this, you're not making that money on Amazon, and I'm going to do it for you. And then tell them, now my second condition is I want this to be a partnership. And since this is a partnership, what I want to do is I want you to provide me the products. So this is step number 5 now. I want you to provide me the products. And whenever it sells, we'll split the money 50-50. So, and I'm going to split it so it's fair. So we're going to subtract what the product cost. And then anything above that's left over what the product costs, we'll split that 50-50 because I want this to be more of a partnership. And when you do that, here's what happens, guys. Here's the genius behind that. If they're providing the product up front, you sell it, you subtract the Amazon fees, you subtract their product costs, and now you have the profit left over. You can split it with them. Guess what? You paid nothing for that product. That means you get that product up front for free, and this is called consignment. What might surprise you is a lot of products being sold in grocery stores and big retail stores are actually on consignment. Oftentimes, these retailers don't pay that supplier until the product is sold, because when you look at these grocery stores, there's thousands of different products in there. They don't have millions and millions of dollars, especially these mom and pop grocery stores. They don't have the millions of dollars to put in inventory. That's why they do a lot of stuff consignment based. So suppliers are used to doing stuff consignment based. Now, I'm going to tell you guys some other secrets you can use to get products without using your own money, but this is just one of the many ways I'm going to teach you guys today. So that is the first method you can use to get exclusivity. Then there's number 2. This is what's called rebranding. Rebranding, what it is you can get the sticker paper on Amazon. It doesn't have to be this brand. It can be any brand. But the sticker paper, what you do is you print it on Amazon, you print it with your printer, and then you peel off the sticker. It's see-through, and then you can put it on the box. So here's an example, guys. So this is a product. As you can see, it's just in a generic box. And there are a variety of ways. I'll talk to you in a moment. A variety of ways you can get these generic products. Well, locally, I'll tell you some local ways you guys can find this. But you get these generic products, and then what you can do is just print off a label using this, and you can put that on the product. Now, if you actually go to, for example, like the dollar store has a lot of generic products that have no branding on it. Even Harbor Freight, the Harbor Freight tool store, another local store you can go to, has a lot of generic tools that has no branding on it. So then what you do is you can take, and this is rebranding, where you take a generic product and slap your own label on it, from the dollar store, from other low-cost stores, such as like Harbor Freight. They have so many generic products that you can buy there that are not branded that you can slap your own sticker on it, and now it becomes your brand. So even right here, I have some pictures of some Avery makes some different stickers that you can print off using your printer at home to slap on those products. So that's number 2. Number 3 is what is called private label. Private label, these are actually 2 products that I private labeled. Just to give you guys an idea, I don't know if you guys can see this on there. This expired in 2014. That's how many years ago that I launched this product. I've had it for that long because to me, it's just, I love seeing products that I create. So this is I covered up the brand name, but this is a product that I private labeled many, many years ago. And with private label, all it is they just take a generic bottle and they just put a sticker on it. What a lot of people don't realize, and I'm going to ruin a lot of products for you. If you go to the grocery store, when you go see that can of corn, you're going to notice that all it is just a label they put on it. The truth is that the canned corn that you buy at the grocery store, it's all coming from the same manufacturing plants. All they're doing is just putting a different label on there. In fact, here's something fun. If you go to Seattle, you're going to see that the milk cartons are square at Costco, at Walmart, at Albertsons. They make the milk cartons square. Even though it has the Costco Kirkland Signature brand on it, or it has Walmart's private label brand on there. Why is that? Because they're all using the same company. And even the big brands have that same square. But then yet you go drive across the border into Oregon and you see regular milk cartons. Why is that? Because they're all using the same manufacturer. Because the one in Oregon is using the local manufacturers there, but the one up in Washington are using the Washington manufacturer. That Washington manufacturer does square milk cartons. So really the same products. It'd be a big brand, small brand. A lot of times they're all using the same manufacturer. So that's private labeling. They just put a different product on there. Now, when it comes to private labeling, something that's going to make it stand apart from the competition. So this is a product that I private labeled. I blocked off the brand name on this one as well. This is what I first did is I actually just put a sticker on there. As you guys can see, it's just a generic sticker on here. I printed it off and slapped it on there and sold it. And it did extremely well. And it did so well that I thought, okay, why don't I now do color boxes? So then for just 10 cents more, it costs 10 cents more to do the color box. Then I was able to do a cool color box on this product. And then in fact, actually, all it does is just it folds out. And now I can put the product in there. So you can always start out with something generic like this and slap your own sticker on it. And then in the future, make your own box on it. But some other cool tips too to make it stand apart from the competition. I read the reviews. A lot of the negative reviews, people are complaining about these bottles. And what they were saying on them is they were saying, oh, I need a bottle. I wish it had a bottle opener. So what I did for 10 cents, I added a bottle opener. Now I made it stand apart from the competition. When people saying, well, there's no way of really clipping this onto my backpack for when I go hiking. So I thought, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make this that people can just clip on to their backpack. So just like that, now I can clip on their backpack. Also, too, it helps better insulate it. What this is you can put like glass bottles in here. And so like, let's say you have a Jones soda. You can put a Jones soda in here. And that glass bottle, you just unscrew it from the bottom, put that glass bottle in there. But as you guys can see, 10 cents to add this, like 70 cents to add this, or I think it's 70 or 80 cents. But overall, for less than $1, I was able to make mine stand apart from the competition by adding a few accessories. And also my sales just exploded. And so I just destroyed it. But because this is my own brand, by making my own brand, I'm 100% exclusive. I have 100% in the buy box and no one else has it. So you can either work out an exclusive deal with an existing brand. You can find generic products at local stores and put your own label on it and rebrand it as yours. Or you can always go out and do private label and put your own brand on the product. So how does this make a difference? So I actually had a friend. He was telling me, he's like, hey, I'm struggling. He's like, I started selling this product, and originally I was selling it for like $25. And then all these sellers started coming on and the price started dropping. He's like, as you guys can see on here, this screenshot here, this is the real screenshot of the product. There's now 108 sellers on that one product. So I told him, hey, I noticed your product is kind of generic. Why don't we put your own brand on there? We're going to take that same product, put your brand on there, and we're going to create your own listing. Here's the result, guys. We were able to sell it for $28.99. So now he's making 17 times more the profit. He's the only seller because we create his own brand on there. So he's the only one selling it. He went from $1.10 a profit to $17.38 with no competition. So he went from making very little sales to making a lot of sales with no competition by simply rebranding it underneath his own name. So where can you buy these products instantly? Well, you can go to the dollar store. You can go to promotional stores. So like a good example is like, for an example, what's the name of them? I can picture it in my mind. They do like a lot of t-shirts. Some of these places that do like t-shirts, they'll put your logo on the t-shirt, but they'll also do like different, actually I'm going to Google it real quick, guys. But they also do like different products. Like for an example, they can do like golf balls. They can do, let's see, print shirts and cards. Vistaprint, that's the name of it. Vistaprint has like hundreds of different types of products, like fidget spinners, masks, all kinds of different products that you can put your own brand on it. So promotional stores is another one where you can basically do rebranding. Then you got local businesses that we've talked about. You can go to them. You can work out those exclusive deals with their brands, but also you can even go to some local businesses that have generic products and put your own brand on it. And then you can also do private label. You go to US directories like thomasnet.com is another great one to be able to find some of these private label companies. So I see someone says that they're really fascinated with this. Great. I'm glad you're liking this. Tell me a little bit more, guys. Tell me what you guys think of this. Isn't this pretty cool, guys? About what you guys are learning. Oh, someone says Printify. Oh, I like that. So Printify is another one that you guys can use. So awesome, guys. So someone says there's mountains of chambers of commerces. So yeah, there's a lot of different chamber of commerce out there you can go to. So to beat out the competition, guys, you have to stand out. I love this picture because this really illustrates it, right? Just like that product I showed you, a lot of people we're kind of doing the same thing. It's important you stand out. So here's something cool you guys can use. You can use ChatGPT. I mentioned earlier about how we use ChatGPT to find different suppliers and different trade shows and stuff like that. What you do is you go to ChatGPT, you can say, hey, I want to sell a pickleball paddle. So let's take a generic pickleball paddle. So here we are, we got a wood pickleball paddle. And we can tell it, say, hey, ChatGPT, what should I bundle with a pickleball paddle? Because we want to bundle it with something to make it stand apart from the competition. Well, ChatGPT says, hey, multiple paddles, because most people like to play with at least 2 players, and also some balls and a carrying case. So basically we went from this paddle to now 2 paddles, a carrying case, and a ball. As you guys can see, that's how we use ChatGPT to now create this bundle. Now we go to ChatGPT and say, hey, how can I improve this product? So something you can do on Amazon, copy all of those reviews on Amazon of a competitor's product, copy all those reviews, paste it into ChatGPT and say, ChatGPT, can you analyze all these reviews? And what it's going to do is going to say, well, lots of people are complaining about wood splinters, difficulty gripping the handle. So improving the handle is recommended. So what we can do is we can go from this wood to this, grip handle. Then we go to ChatGPT and say, hey, what are the most desired colors for pickleball paddles? And it might say, hey, pickleball paddles, the popular colors are black, green, and gray. So what you can do is reload, or what you could do is then apply those colors and have it painted. So we went from this wooden paddle to now this colorful one. So basically, we started from this generic wood paddle, and after we said, hey, what should we do? This is what we end up with right here. We've got the carrying case, the colors, we got balls, and now it's going to stand apart from the competition. So what we can do is we go to a manufacturer and say, hey, can you make this for us? So it's pretty cool how you guys can do that. You can use AI, artificial intelligence, ChatGPT, to let us know how we can make it stand apart from the competition. So let's dive into secret number 4. Who's ready to hear about this now? How to safeguard your business to prevent deactivation. Because what we want to do is, if you're having success, we got to protect that success. So I'm going to grab a drink real quick. Someone says, let's see. Oh, someone mentions that as well. And someone says, yeah, there's one that you can private label some fidget spinners. Vistaprint. Yep. Great, guys. Awesome. So let's go ahead and dive into secret number 4. I see some yeses on here. Awesome. Sounds like you guys are ready. So let's get going. How to safeguard your success to prevent deactivation. So here are the top 3 reasons why a lot of sellers get deactivated. Number 1, counterfeits, right? Don't you find? I hope you guys find a little bit of humor in this picture, right? Instead of a Nike shoe, it's a Mikey shoe. Do not sell fake products. Do not sell knockoffs. You got to sell authentic products. So the number 1 reason people get deactivated is they're selling counterfeits, okay? Do not sell knockoffs. Do not sell counterfeits. Sell the real product, or sell your own brand, or sell a local brand. But don't try to, like this, for example, this is a Stanley mug. Do not go find a generic mug and then write the word Stanley on it. Do not do that, guys. Number 2, another reason why is deficient rate. So what happens here, guys, is that if people are shipping stuff out late on a regular basis, Amazon's going to start sending you a warning. Hey, you got to start shipping out on time. If you don't, you're going to get deactivated. Hey, here's another warning. You're not shipping it out on time. So, and if you're canceling a lot of orders, or all these people are ordering and you keep canceling their orders, then Amazon's going to warn you, say, hey, stop doing that, or you're going to get deactivated. The best way to avoid that, and this is important, do not do FBM where you're shipping it out to the customers. Do FBA, which stands for Fulfilled by Amazon. This is where you have Amazon ship it to the customer. Because if Amazon is shipping it straight to the customer, you can't be late. It's impossible to be late. Because if it's late, it counts against Amazon. It doesn't count against you. So the best way to avoid getting deactivated for the number 2 reason, which is defective rate, that is do FBA and not FBM, and that's how you're going to avoid that. Number 3, the other big reason that a lot of people get shut down is they're using fake names, they're using fake documents, they are doing what Amazon considers fraud. Just don't do that. And here's another pro tip, guys. This is very important. Something you guys should do is have a backup account. Now, you can't just go create a second account. What you have to do is first email Amazon and say, hey, I need to have a second account. And the reason why I need a second account is because I'm going to sell some generic products on one account like Stanley and Disney and all these big brands. But on my other account, I want to have my own brand on there. So that's why I need two accounts. So what you want to do is set up two accounts, because let's say for some reason one account ever gets shut down, you have this other one as a backup. But it's important. You can't open up two accounts. Otherwise, Amazon will shut you down for opening up a second account. So what you have to do is first write Amazon saying, hey, here's why I'm opening up a second account. When they give you written permission, then you can open up the second account. So again, get that permission first. Now, there was someone that mentioned earlier they wanted to learn about how to get their account reinstated. Here's how you get your account reinstated. What you want to do is first, you have to admit the problem. And this is where sellers struggle. Let's say, for an example, you got deactivated because you're doing a lot of late shipments. You know, it's so easy for people to say, oh, the reason why I was late was because my supplier shipped straight to the customer. My supplier was always shipping it out late. It was their fault, not my fault. Do not do that. If you don't take responsibility, Amazon will not reinstate you. So what you say is, you have to first explain what the problem was. So say, hello, Amazon, I was deactivated because I shipped out a lot of products late on a regular business and I went above the 4% rate. And then what you want to do is explain. So now that you admitted what the problem is, now you say, I admit that I was shipping stuff out late. And then you want to explain what you got to do to correct it. So you say, so moving forward to correct the issue, I am now going to ship everything out on time because I've got a new software that I ended up using that's now going to enable me to ship out faster. Or I hired on more people, or tell them what that, let them know what you're going to do differently. Then Amazon's going to see, okay, they recognize what the issue was. They admitted what they did wrong, and they explained their action, what they're going to do moving forward to overcome it. So that is how you get your account reactivated. I've seen some people say, oh, it's not my fault, it's not my fault, and then Amazon just ignores their messages. But when you do this, admit what was wrong, explain what you can do differently, they will reactivate you. So, secret number 5, free funding. Who's ready to hear this? Tell me about this in the chat, guys, if you're ready to hear about free funding, how you can get thousands of dollars worth of products without using your own money. Now, I mentioned one of them earlier today, guys. It was called consignment, where we get stuff consignment. But I've got some cool tricks up my sleeve, guys, that I'm ready to tell you guys. I'm going to get some more water while I wait for you guys in the chat. Who's excited for this? Tell me what you guys think. Tell me yes if you guys are ready to hear about free funding. Someone says, or call it the Stanley Cup from hockey. Thomas, that's hilarious. Thanks for sharing that, Thomas. I see Jamaica. Yes. Andre. Yes. Kevin says, love everything free. We got Ellie says free funding. We got a lot more people saying yes. Someone says, please. Yes. All right, guys, it is pouring in. It is clear. You guys are ready to hear about free funding. So let's dive on in. How to get thousands of dollars worth of product without using your own money. So the first one I mentioned previously, guys, was partner with a supplier. Consignment, right? This is where you get the supplier provide the product up front, and then you pay them after you made the sale. So that's the first method. Another method that I use, and this is how I got started, guys, because as you guys remember, I started with no money, guys. I was poor. I was about to get evicted. I got my water shut off. This was awful, guys. And I hate admitting, where I started. But, guys, to me, that's an important part of me, because being at the low bottom of where I was at, that's why I like helping people. Because if I can go from nothing to something, I want to help other people get out of bad situations and help them accomplish that. So here's what I did, guys. I went to a millionaire and I said, hey, I need some money. What can I do? I need money for it. And I was thinking, maybe he just kind of write me out a check and say, hey, here's some money, but it was interesting. That's not what he did. Instead, he gave me some very important advice. I said, hey, what do I do here? And what he said is he said, you got to use OPM. I'm like, oh, what? Oh, did you say OPM? Like, I don't know about you, but that just doesn't sound right. What do you mean OPM? He says, other people's money. He said, it is the greatest secret of all self-made millionaires and billionaires. Sorry, he didn't say all. He said, it's the greatest secret of self-made millionaires and billionaires. And he said, name anyone out there, and I'm going to show you how they had success. And I said, okay. How about, since I do a lot of selling on Amazon, Jeff Bezos. And so he talked about that, and he said, all right, well, he ended up getting a bunch of, he started out, small. He ended up getting a bunch of investors involved, and he got money from them, and he used that to get started. And I just started naming all these people, and he started explaining to me how they did it. He said, look up at these buildings right here. Do you think anybody can just go out and buy one of these buildings with cash? I'm like, no, they have to go out. He's like, exactly. What they do is they go to the bank, they get a loan from the bank to buy this building. And then they take that money, they buy that building, and then they rent out all those spots. As they get the money from all those spots they rent, they pay the bank back, and then they keep the profit. So they go out and get loans, and they get that money, and they use it to buy these assets that make them money. And these assets that are making them money, they're using that money to pay back the loan, and they're keeping the difference. And I thought, that's very interesting. So he pointed out to me, he says, but other people's money, he says, poor people use this the wrong way. What poor people do is that they will go out and they'll go buy a TV with a credit card. They will go out and buy clothes. They will buy things that don't make them money. This does is it creates debt. It doesn't do anything good. Poor people use credit cards the wrong way. They use it to create debt. A rich person or successful people, they will go out and get loans from the bank. They'll go out and use their credit cards to generate them more money. Like, for example, a farmer. A farmer will get a loan at the beginning of the season from the bank, and he'll start planting all those seeds. By the end of the season, all those seeds have grown. He's sold it. He's made that money. He pays that loan back, which creates wealth. So, for example, people that get rental homes, people that get rental buildings, people that like farmers, and so many people, they use the bank's money to create wealth. So he explained to me, he says, what you can do, he says, do you have a credit card? And I say, yes. He says, take that credit card and go out and buy some inventory. And then what you want to do is take that inventory, take the money from the inventory and pay it off, right? For an example, guys, that workout set that we saw earlier today, we would double our money. So let's just say, for an example, we take our credit card and we buy $5,000 worth of that. So we take that $5,000, we sell it, we double our money, we make $10,000. We pay that money back with the $5,000, and that means we keep $5,000 profit. Now, because we doubled our money. Now, here's what's cool about this, guys, is that if you pay your credit card off in 30 days, at least most credit cards, it's interest-free. It's free money. In fact, there's credit cards out there, like Chase Bank has a credit card right now. You can get a business credit card. You get 12 months of no interest. But what you can do is you go out, buy that $5,000 worth of inventory, sell it for $10,000. Now we have $5,000 profit. Now we're going to keep that $5,000 and we're going to go out and buy that inventory again. This time we're buying it with our own money. So we take that $5,000 and we turn it into $10,000. Now what we can do is what's called the compounding effect. We now take that $10,000 and we turn it into $20,000, and we buy $20,000 worth of product, turn it into $40,000. We take the $40,000 and it becomes $80,000, which then becomes $160,000. $160,000 becomes $320,000. $320,000 becomes $640,000. $640,000 becomes $1.2 million. So we start with free money, take that $5,000, we bought that set, turned around, sold it, we doubled our money, and then at that point we used that money and reinvested it, and it turned to $1.2 million. Here is a real screenshot right here of over $1 million. And this is Amazon, guys. This is Amazon, real screenshot. So I want you guys to think about for a second, what would it be like if you used other people's money, OPM, to turn $5,000 into $1.2 million in a short amount of time by buying that inventory? And the best part is, because we pay that credit card off, it's free. Or you do consignment, right? You do consignment, free. How would that help you accomplish your goals? Tell me in here in the chat real quick, how would $1.2 million change your life? I want to hear from you guys. I'm going to grab a drink. Tell me in here. I see someone says, this is the ideal situation. Absolutely. It's life-changing, right? So it's great. I see someone says, yes. I'm excited to hear about it, guys. But this is what can happen, guys. I've done this with so many people. I've taken so many people that maybe had lost their job, people that were struggling for money, and they didn't have a lot of money. So they used their credit card as an asset to buy something that's going to make them more money. And they turn around and build a successful Amazon business. It's pretty cool. But I'm going to give you guys something else as well. You're going to need to get a product. So you're going to need to use the AMZScout Pro extension. This is that cool tool I showed you to be able to find trends, sales volume, the quality competition, and see what niches to dive into and what to avoid. You're going to be able to see the quality score of, is it a good niche? Is it a bad niche? So you know if it's a good product or not. You're going to be able to look at the history to see the FBA cost, the net profit, and look at the history before you even dive into the product. You're also going to be able to click on that button to find suppliers, even in the US. As you saw, you can just choose the US and see suppliers in the US that have that product with using this tool. It's so cool, guys. It makes it very easy to find suppliers. Plus, you get so much more, right? You got the monthly sales estimates, the profit calculator, the reviews, the BSR history, low price information, an analysis, keywords. I mean, so much that you guys get from the tool. Plus, you get the product database. As you guys saw, in a matter of seconds, we were able to find a product that does well over $500 a day using the product database that has over 600 million products in that database, so we could evaluate to find the Pro extension. What's cool about the database is that we can see what's trending. We can see what new products there are. We can also, too, look up the keyword research. We can even spy on competitors and see what keywords they're doing for ads, what keywords are doing to get found on Amazon, and we can do that ourselves. But don't take my word for it. There's so many testimonials out there that people that love AMZScout. For an example, we've got someone here that says, hi, everyone. I would like to ask you guys to try to use AMZScout. If this is nice and helpful for work, download it now. You will love it. It has saved me. We've got someone else that says, very good tool. It's more accurate compared to any other popular tools. And the best part is the Pro extension works on any Amazon page. That's another thing that separates them apart from other products out there, is that their page, their software works on any Amazon page, which is awesome. All right, so this is what the seller hook from AMZScout is going to look like. So they're going to give you this report, and let's say, for an example, you said, I really want to focus on baby products, or it might be. And let's say you said, I want the products to be between 10 to 40. So you told them what you were looking for. And so they explain what they look for in demand and competition, the profit margin. And so they come back to you and they say, all right, this is what we recommend. We recommend the diaper caddy. Here's why: outstanding margin, high number of monthly sales, a good product price. They're explaining why people are buying this product. They explain why it's a good idea to sell the product. What they do is they're going to show you the number of sellers of it on Amazon, the price, the estimated revenue, $21,000 a month, selling 1,000 units a month. It's going to be 128 reviews. You're going to see here on Walmart, it's going to show you the research on Walmart. They're going to show you Shopify, AliExpress. So they actually are going to research lots of marketplaces, which makes them very unique. This is something that they do that's different than other companies out there. It's a very unique, something that they do. So this separates them and makes them a little bit different. Plus, niche indicators on Amazon. They are going to show you the numbers that they came up with, the number of sales, the average margin. They're going to show you the history. You can see it's trending up. It's not trending down. It's trending up, so you know it's a good product. They're going to show you the price history, so you can see, oh, look, the price of this keeps going up and up and up. That's a good sign, right? That means you're going to make more and more money. You want to see that. It's showing you, even with Google Trends, how the keywords are trending up with Google. It's showing you how that keyword volume search volume is happening. And this is with AMZScout's data. AMZScout has all this data that they're providing here. Their diaper stacks. Then I'm going to show you what keywords are the best keywords to go after. They're going to show you some suppliers, and they give you a link here that shows you this supplier is going to be 62% profit margin. This supplier is going to be 61. So this is an example of the report that they're going to provide you guys. Here we are at the beginning of 2024. If you could accomplish anything this year, what would you want to accomplish? I want to think about, like, where would you go on vacation? Tell me in the chat, where would you guys go on vacation if you can go anywhere in the world? Let's say you have $1.2 million. Where would you go on vacation, right? If you had $1.2 million, tell me in the chat. What kind of car would you drive? If you could have any car, if you had $1.2 million, go out and buy a car, what kind of car would you drive? What kind of house would you have? If I gave you guys $1.2 million today, I wrote a check out for you guys today for $1.2 million. Tell me about the house you guys would have. I'd love to hear about it here. Kevin says Bora Bora. I see someone says that would be amazing. I see Dubai. Ooh, Dubai would be a fun one. That's a good one there. Someone says that they would get a phone. Great. Someone says that they would get a Range Rover. Ooh, that'd be a fun car to drive. Wow, this is pretty cool, guys. I'm loving seeing what you guys' goals are. We want to accomplish. An ocean view house. Wow, that is amazing. I've never thought of that one. That's a good one. You're a good thinker. Nicole says Italy. Italy would be really nice to go to. I've seen some amazing pictures. In fact, I had a friend that just went there 2 months ago, and beautiful pictures. A Maserati. That's a nice car. A lot of power in that kind of car. Someone says that they just want to pay off their parents' mortgage. Fabi, I really want to help you achieve that. That is really cool. That's a great goal. I would love to help you be able to pay off your parents' mortgage. That's amazing. We got New Zealand, Canada. Great, guys. I actually asked this to a friend once. And so I want you guys to think about this for a second. With what you're doing right now, how long will it take you to accomplish that goal? I actually asked this to a good friend of mine. I said, if I gave you $1.2 million, what would you do? Tell me, what kind of car would you have? What kind of house would you have? Like, oh, I would have a Ferrari and a Lamborghini, and I would love to have a house with a swimming pool in it and a movie theater and a 3-car garage and to park my exotic cars in. And he's telling me all this stuff, and I says, that's amazing. Now, let me ask you this. With what you're doing right now, how long will it take you? So he just kind of looks down at the ground. He says, you know what? With how long it would take me to accomplish that, he's like, I won't be able to accomplish that in this life. I'll never accomplish those goals. And I pointed out to him, that's why something needed to change. Because if what you're doing right now is not going to help you accomplish your goals, then you need to change something. So how would you guys like to have my personal help to help you guys accomplish your goals? I want to help you guys have success. Tell me in the chat here, how long would it take you guys to accomplish your goals, and how would you like to have my help? Someone says that their mortgage, they're behind on their mortgage. Someone says they need help getting there. I would love to help you guys out. Someone says it take years. So, guys, I want to show you guys how I've been able to help other people accomplish this. Here's Jessica Jones. She says, I was able to quit my job in just 6 weeks. I was making $8 an hour. It used to take me 4 weeks to make $1,300. Now I make that in less than 4 days. The money is great, but more importantly to me, I can be at home with my kids and create special memories. How many of you guys would like to be like Jessica, be able to be home with your family, create those special memories, and be able to be home and do what you want on your terms, like Jessica. Jessica didn't want to become a billionaire. She just wanted to be able to be home with her kids. And look at that. The amount of money that used to take her weeks to make, she now can make in just a couple of days. How cool is that, guys? Imagine if you guys could do that. Here's John Yang. I love what he says. He says, as a high school dropout, it's been hard to get a good paying job over the years. So I've tried so many things to make money online and failed again and again and again. Ace taught me things, or Ace taught me techniques that no one else seems to be teaching, and it works. Finally, I'm making the money that I've always dreamed of making. Lots of my friends with degrees are losing their jobs because of the virus, and here I am without a degree, making a fortune on Amazon. Last month, I bought a Tesla with cash, and now I'm working with a realtor to buy my dream home. I never have to worry about money again. How many of you guys feel like John Yang, or maybe you've tried a bunch of things and you fell, but then you know what happened different with John Yang? He found me and I was able to help him. How many of you guys would like to be like John, where you could be able to go out and buy your dream car with cash and go out and work with a realtor to get your dream car? But most importantly, I love this, what he says, where he says, I never have to worry about money again. He's a high school dropout. If he can do it, you guys can do it.